Welcome student, today's topic is unit number 8. Today we will do stanza paraphrasing and comprehension of the text, class 9, subject English. Now coming to stanza number 1. Stanza number 1 is hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Now coming to reference to the context. You have to write reference to the context. This stanza has been taken from the poem Hope is the Thing with Feathers and is written by Emily Dickinson. After that you have to write paraphrase. Paraphrase of stanza number 1 is hope is like a thing having feathers. It is present in the heart of every individual. The songs sung by hope have no language or words at all. It never stops singing. It is present in heart of every individual. It is present in the heart of every person. Songs sung by hope have no language. It has no language or it has no words. It never stops singing. It is a tune without words. Now coming to stanza number 2. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. Now coming to paraphrase. Before writing paraphrase, you have to write reference to the context. You have to write reference to the context before writing your paraphrasing. So it will be the same reference to the context that the name of the poem is Hope is a Thing with Feathers and is written by Emily Dickinson. So you have to write it before your paraphrase in your copy. Paraphrase of stanza number 2 is the songs of hope are very pleasant for a person who is surrounded by sorrows and worries. The bird of hope is off and on, embarrassed by the winds of sorrow, but they cannot destroy it fully. Hope protects an individual from disappointments. It keeps the soul of man warm and happy. The song of hope are very pleasant for a person, very pleasant, very beautiful for a person who is surrounded. Surrounded means घिरा हुआ होना by sorrows. Sorrows means gham and worries or pareshaniyan. The bird of hope is off and on, embarrassed by. Off and on means वक्फे वक्फे से. Embarrassed by, परेशान करना, by the winds of sorrow. So the bird of hope is on and off, embarrassed by the winds of sorrow. Hope का bird जो है उसको वक्फे वक्फे से sorrow, winds of sorrow, गम की हवाएं परेशान करती रहती हैं. But they cannot destroy it fully. लेकिन इसे पूरी तरह तबाह नहीं करती. क्यों? Hope protects an individual from disappointments. क्योंकि होप इंसान को मायूसियों से बचाता है. It keeps the soul of the man warm and happy. ये इंसान की रूह को सरगर्म रखती है और खुश रखती है. Now coming to stanza number 3. I have heard it in the chilliest land and on the sweetest sea and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it ask a crumb of me. Before writing your paraphrase, you have to write reference to the context, which is same as you have seen it before paraphrasing of stanza number 1. So paraphrase number 3. Hope is always a source of encouragement for me. It saves me from being disappointed in the extremely cold lands of sorrows and troubles. It makes me happy in such situation of life in which I am faced by sorrows as vast in magnitude as the vast seas of the world. Hope helps me, but it does not ask for any reward. It helps selflessly and does not make any demand for its service. So hope is always a source of encouragement for me. Encouragement means hosla. It saves me from being disappointment. It saves me from disappointment, मायूस होने से. In the extremely cold lands Cold lands of sorrows and troubles. Extremely cold lands of sorrows and troubles means when there is an extremity, there is a limit to sorrows and trouble. जब बहुत ज़्यादा परेशानी और तकालीफ हो. It makes me happy in such situations of life in which I am faced by sorrows as vast in magnitude as the vast seas of the world. इट मेक्स मी हैप्पी इन सिचुएशंस, ऐसे हालात में मुझे खुश रखता है होप इन लाइफ ज़िंदगी में इन विच आई एम फेस्ड बाय सॉरोज़, जिनमें मुझे मुसीबत का सामना होता है एज वास्ट, और वो मुसीबत इतनी बड़ी होती है इन मैग्नीट्यूड अपने अहाते में एज द वास्ट सीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, और वो अपने साइज़ में इतनी बड़ी होती हैं जितने के दुनिया का समंदर. Hope help me, but it does not ask for any reward. Hope helps me and does not ask for any reward. किसी इनाम की तवक्का नहीं रखता. It helps selflessly, ये बेलॉस मदद करता है and does not make any demand for its services, और अपनी खिदमात के लिए ये कुछ भी तलब नहीं करता. So it was paraphrasing of all three stanza along with reference to the context. Now coming to comprehension of unit number 8, comprehension from book. What is the implicit and explicit meaning of the poem Hope is the Thing with Feathers? First of all, I will explain what is implicit. Implicit means indirectly suggested meaning. Indirectly suggested meaning. And explicit means described in detail, or explicit means clear meaning. Explicit meaning of the poem is that hope changes according to the situation and a person never stops to hope. And implicit meaning of the poem is that hope is the thing with feathers which can fly everywhere. Now coming to question number 2. What is the theme of the poem Hope is the Thing with Feathers? Theme means what is the main idea. Themes mean what is the main idea of the poem. The theme, Theme, there is a spelling mistake, you have to correct it. Theme, Theme. The theme of the poem is that a person always hopes for the best. Even in tough times, hope gives him a new strength and courage and a new goal of life. The theme, Theme, the theme of the poem is that a person always hopes for the best. इंसान हमेशा अच्छे की उम्मीद रखता है. Even in tough times, मुश्किल हालात में भी hope gives him a new strength. उम्मीद उसे एक नई ताकत एंड करेज हौसला एंड अ न्यू गोल ऑफ लाइफ और ज़िंदगी का एक मकसद देती है. नाउ कमिंग टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. हाउ डज द बर्ड रिएक्ट टू हार्डशिप्स इन द पोएम होप इज़ द थिंग विद फेदर्स? हाउ डज द बर्ड रिएक्ट्स, परिंदे का क्या रद्द-ए-अमल होता है टू हार्डशिप्स, मुश्किलात में, इन द पोएम. The bird in the hardships could die. एक परिंदा इतनी मुश्किलात में मर सकता है. But however it gains a new strength and courage to survive in the hardest phase, in the hardest phase, PHASE, in the hardest phase of life. ताहम it gives a new strength. The bird in the hardships could die, but however ताहम it gains, ये हासिल करता है, a new strength, एक नई ताकत and courage और हौसला to survive, जिंदा रहने के लिए, in the hardest phase दौर, मुश्किल दौर of life. So a bird may die, but however it gains a new strength and courage to survive in the hardest phase of life. So it is the hope which keeps him safe. Now coming to question number 4. Discuss how hope and the thing with feathers are similar. The poet transforms the hope into the thing with feathers, which is a bird that is ever present in the human soul. It sings in wordless, बगैर अल्फाज के, wordless sound, especially when times get tough. The poet transforms change the hope into the thing with feathers, which is a bird that is ever present in the human soul. It sings without words. It sings, wordless means without word sounds, especially when times get tough, when times get difficult. Tough means difficult. Now coming to question number 5. What do you understand by "and sore must be the storm"? What is the explanation of "and sore must be the storm"? Answer: "and sore must be the storm" means that it pointed towards the difficult, hard time that one has to face. So the sore must be the storm. Sore means painful, must be the storm, tufan. So the sore means painful. Painful means it will be very severe. So the storm must be very severe, that it pointed towards difficult, hard time that one has to face. Now coming to question number 7. Read the first stanza of the poem and write the following. Number 1. Which abstract noun is described as having living characteristics? What living characters does this item have? The abstract noun is hope. Abstract noun means the things which we cannot touch, feel, or see. So the abstract noun means the things which we cannot touch, feel, or see. The abstract noun is hope, and the living quality is singing. So the abstract noun is hope, and the living quality is singing, because it never stops at all. Now coming to activity. Activity is learn and write stanza paraphrasing and comprehension of unit number 8 in your copy. Thank you.